Hello, welcome to the Justia Videos channel. In this series of clips, we will talk about pay-per-click Google Ads for lawyers. In this clip, you will learn what PPC ads are, their difference from organic results, and why you should be running PPC ads for your firm. If you want to see more Justia videos on law practice and legal marketing, be sure to subscribe to our channel.
All right, so welcome everybody to our presentation today. As I'm sure you're aware, we're going to be covering Google pay-per-click ads for lawyers. We're really excited to spend some time sharing the knowledge that we've gained over the years with you all, especially since this talk is going to be tailored specifically to the legal vertical. There's so many general resources out there on PPC. It's hard to kind of parse through that information and figure out what is or isn't applicable for your particular field. We're going to clear that up today. So let's not waste any time. Go ahead and dive right in. If you have tuned into our previous webinars, just be aware there's a huge difference between what we're covering today and the organic SEO related information that Tim has shared in the previous presentation. With Google search ads, what we're going to be covering today, you're spending money on each and every click. So making sure that you're really optimizing those clicks as much as possible is, should be of the utmost importance to you. So there's a few, three core things that you need to know when it comes to paid advertising. That's targeting, marketing, and converting. Targeting is going to be all about making sure your ads are getting to the right audience. So, you'll get advertisers who are paying anywhere from $5 a click upwards of $100 or even more than that per click. Budgets of $500 a month. Some people are spending hundreds of thousands of dollars every month on Google Ads. No matter where you land, you want to make sure that your ads are showing up in front of the right people. The marketing side of things, this is, taking that next step. Once your ad meets the right audience, your goal is to get them to click on your ad, get some more information. Here's where you want to be creative, use compelling language, appeal to the type of person who is going to be looking for your service. And then last, but certainly not least, converting. Once they click, you need to make sure that they take that next step. You want them to call you. You want them to submit a contact form, initiate a live chat. However you're determining your conversions, you want them to take that action once they've clicked on your ad. This also is going to include making sure that you have a solid plan for after the contact takes place. We'll cover that in a bit more detail later on as well. But now, we have those three goals in mind. We're going to go in depth on these topics to kind of really cover all those bases. So first, what is PPC? This will include, reasons why you should be running PPC ads, common types of campaigns that lawyers run, stuff like that. Next, we'll touch on the actual basics of setting up your campaign. So this is where that targeting, marketing, and converting is going to come into play. And then finally, we'll touch on budgets and return on investment. So this is going to be, what you should consider when you're creating a budget for your campaign, tips for working with a tight budget, and also what type of return you should expect from your ad.
So what is PPC? There's three things that we're going to break down here. The first is the definition, just to make sure we're all on the same page there. Then we're going to go into why lawyers run Google Ads in the first place. Google Ads being one particular type of PPC, certainly the most popular one. And then lastly, we're going to go into three common types of campaigns. These are campaigns that, generally all lawyers should be running and taking advantage of them. So let's go ahead and first start with the definition. So what is PPC? PPC, or pay-per-click, is a model of digital advertising where the advertiser, which is you, pays a fee each time one of your ads is clicked. So you've probably heard of this before. Maybe you're even familiar with, some of these advertising platforms. So we've included the logos for, some of the most popular PPC platforms here. The first of which is Google Ads. If you've been using this platform for a while, you might know it as Google AdWords, but they've changed over to Google Ads. In particular, what we're going to be looking at is search ads. So, these are ads that, of course, show on Google search results. Um, they can also show on some other sites as well. But basically, this happens when your target keyword matches up with a user's search query, and an auction takes place in real time. So I mentioned it can show on some other websites out there. What we mean by that is Google Search Partners. So this is a proprietary list. Google doesn't reveal exactly what websites these are, but they do tend to be fairly reputable. So things like the New York Times or YouTube, those are just a couple examples. And you can actually choose to opt out of search partners if you wish to do that. The second one here is Microsoft Ads. This is formerly known as Bing Ads. When you advertise with Microsoft Ads, your ads could show on a few different places. So they can show on Bing, they can show on AOL, they could also show on Yahoo-owned and operated websites. So something interesting about Microsoft is they actually make it really easy for you to be able to import an existing Google Ads campaign. So if you're already running Google Ads and maybe you want to do a Microsoft Ads campaign, super easy to get that running. And the final platform here is Meta. So this includes Facebook, it includes Messenger, it includes Instagram, as well as the Meta Audience Network. So when you run your ad here, you're charged either per click or per number of impressions that you get. Now, there's actually something that you can do to remarket to existing website visitors with Facebook. That's generally something that, is more valuable for law firms as opposed to doing just the regular Facebook ads or Instagram ads. So something, that you can consider maybe in the future there. We do offer, services for all three of these platforms, but the one we're going to be focusing on today is Google Ads.
Yeah, so this brings us to our next topic of discussion with it, which is why why lawyers run Google Ads in the first place. One of the biggest reasons we're going to focus on Google PPC today is that Google is by far the most popular search engine. When you look at search engine market share nationwide, Google dominates. It's like 87%. So, following that, you have Microsoft, they're around 7%, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo. I mean, comparatively, very, very clear that Google is the place that you want to be advertising if you're going to be doing online ads. So with that in mind, let's go ahead and take a look at the Google search results page. In this particular example, we're doing a search for San Jose car accident lawyer. So first things first, you'll see there's a lot of ads on the page. Of course, today we're going to be focusing on those PPC ads that you see here, but we also have the LSAs or the local services ads that show up at the top of the page. These are pay-per-lead ads. So at some point, we'll do a whole dedicated talk on the LSAs. There's a lot to get into there, but just so you know what those are, LSAs at the top of the page. Next, you have the map section or the local pack. Sometimes you'll get an ad in here, sometimes not. We'll go into that a little bit later. That's tied into the assets that you can set up on your ads. Otherwise, this is a great spot to get added visibility on the search results page. Again, so much information that we can go into here. We will do a separate webinar specifically on Google business profiles and what all you need to know there. But, just for the sake of today, this is what we're looking at. And then last, down at the bottom of the page, of course, we have our organic search results. Today, though, we are going to be focusing just on those Google pay-per-click ads. So let's take a closer look there. We love this example in particular because you see that image asset in action. We'll go over those assets a little bit later on, like I said, but, try and tell me that if you're the one who has your image showing up on the search results page, you're probably going to be the one who's getting that click versus the person who doesn't.
Yeah, so the next topic that we're going to cover is the 3 common types of campaigns. Again, these are, the 3 campaigns that lawyers should be setting up. The first of which is the practice areas So this is really going to be covering the bread and butter practice areas for your law firm. In the example here, we're looking at truck accident lawyer in Charlotte, but it could also apply to, car accidents, motorcycle accidents, probate, divorce, DUI, criminal defense. So really those core areas. So they do tend to be a little bit more expensive, a little bit on the more competitive side compared to some of the other campaign types we're going to talk about. The second type is the specific events or niche terms. So you should definitely take advantage of this. It can apply to products liability cases or, specific events or even, kind of niche practice areas as well. Of course, all of these need to have some sort of legal tie-in there. But the example we're using is Camp Lejeune lawsuit. This, of course, is very timely. Another example could be a Hurricane Ian insurance claim lawyer. So that's kind of an example of, the events you could target. In terms of niche terms, you might do something like, a practice area that's maybe a little bit less competitive. So it could be, for example, personal injury would be more of the, core type of practice area you'd be covering. But maybe a niche example could be dog bite lawyer. That tends to be less competitive, also less expensive as a result. And then the final one is law firm or lawyer names. This is also called branding campaigns. So the idea here is that you want to help control your own namespace. So you would be targeting your name, of course, the law firm name, as well as, maybe other lawyers at the law firm, just so you can help kind of control to the extent possible what people see when they search for you.
We hope you enjoyed this video. Now you have a better understanding of what PPC ads are and how they can help you reach potential clients. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more law practice and legal marketing videos. See you in our next clip.